All right. Welcome, folks. This is Kurt, and I am your Dynamic Self Coach. I want to welcome you again to the Dynamic Self Coach's Financial Intelligence, right? See, folks, where we believe in faith, family, and finance, right? And all in that order. Also, guys, today we're going to be talking about on the second part of Pay Yourself First. Guess what? I told you we're going to have a little mini series. So we're on the second part of Pay You First. Now, I want you guys to remember to like, share, comment, okay? Let's get right at it, okay? See, we got 3 accounts that you really need, right? It's going to be your emergency funds. You can see our shield here is to protect us, right, against unforeseen happenings. Then we have your short-term savings, right? And then we also, the third account is your long-term savings and investments. And this is the stuff that we need to pay close attention to when we're paying ourselves first. See, we pay us, and then we make sure we save a little something for these. Now, the first one we're going to talk about is emergency fund. Now, the statistics show, the experts say, right? We'll say it like that. The experts say that 3 to 6 months of your salary should be set aside for an emergency. Like I said, the water heater breaks, right? We got roofing problems or something. We got a car that needs to be fixed, right? So we have an emergency fund, right? To take care of. You lose a job. And right now, during COVID season, a lot of people are either losing a job or they're choosing not to go back to work. They're going to work from home or they don't have a job, right? Because the, COVID situation, right? The pandemic is hurting us all, tightening the screws. Now, the next one is our short-term savings, right? What is our short-term savings for? See, we got short-term savings, right? We got things we want to accomplish not too far away, but kind of in the immediate, right? Almost in the immediate, a few months or so, right? And what is that? Maybe that's travel with the family, right? You need to travel. The family needs a vacation, guys. You got to put some time into your family, right? Into yourself. You got to get a break, right? Stress. You got to take a vacation, right? So don't forget that. Travel. Right? That's what the short term is for. A computer. You might, you're working from home now, right? You're going to need a computer, desktop, laptop, help you do virtual meetings and things like that while you work from home. That's short term. Then you might need a new car. Like I said, you have an emergency fund you can pay for, or you can have a short term saving where you say, man, I've had this car, I paid it off, and I've been had it for another 10 years, right? Now your car is 30 years old, right? You want a new car. Don't forget to do that. Get a new car with your short-term savings, right? But then the last and the third account is long-term saving and investment. Now, this is my favorite because many of us have not been taught about how to save for the future, how to save for our generations. Okay? We've been taught how to save immediately. What are you taught? Mama taught you, go down to the local bank, put your money in the savings account. What is the bank doing for you? Well, that's not the best place to save a long-term investment. You can save a short-term investment, but a long-term investment, you don't save in the bank. See, why? Why is that, Kurt? Because the bank takes my money, your money, and everybody else's money. They pool those resources, and then they send it out there into the economy, okay? And when they send it out in the economy, they're going to get 9, 10, 12, 24%. Then they get that money back to the bank. They build the bank up, but then they give you 0.1%. Guys, it's not the best way to save for the future. All right? Now, here's what we want to do with our long-term investments and savings. What we want to do is we want to be in equity funds. We want to, where we can get a higher rate of return, right? We want to get a higher interest rate, folks. See, a lot of people say, well, I can't get in a mutual fund. How am I going to get in a mutual fund? Well, you're going to get in a mutual fund because did you know that you can get in a mutual fund for as little as $25? See, bet you didn't know that. You know why? Because they didn't teach it to you in school. Guess what, folks? You can get a higher rate of return, right? You can get the same amount of return that the banks, right? The banks, the credit unions, right? The insurance companies, right? You can get the same kind of interest rate. See, you can hang out with the big boys when you know where to go. Now, you also want that long-term savings for your retirement, right? You don't want to retire and have to work in Walmart, do you? You don't have to retire signing receipts. Let me check your bag, make sure you got everything you said on the receipt, right? What do you want to work in the grocery store in your old age? You want to work at McDonald's in your old age, wiping tables? You don't want to retire like that, right? Nobody wants to retire like that, right? So you want to you want to start saving for your retirement in the right investment, getting the right rate of return. Now, the generational wealth. Guys, this is the big thing to me. See, because I believe, folks, in freedom, F for families. 3 F's, freedom for families, right? We got to start thinking about generational wealth and stop transferring poverty to our children. We are going to have to transfer wealth, money, gain. And the only way we're going to do it is going to have to get the right rate of return.